Welcome back. You're still watching Network Africa on Channels Television. Now, something big is happening in the financial sector. Financial crime agents arrested 21 bankers, including senior executives of the Central Bank of Nigeria, for the theft of $33 million worth of defaced naira currency notes. And that was announced by officials just yesterday. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission said a whistleblower alerted it to the mega scam, and among the suspects are officers from 8 commercial banks. The fraud involved using cut-up pieces of newspaper to replace notes in Nigeria's naira currency that had been designated for destruction at the central bank. The commercial bank officers then helped put the defaced and mutilated notes back into circulation. Those arrested will be charged on 5 counts in a federal high court later this week. Well, joining us now in studio is our very own Bosin Omofaye to fill us in on, or give us a better understanding of this situation. Mr. Omofaye, thank you for joining us on the program. Now, my question now is the timing. Why is this coming out right now?
Well, I think, it just came out because the EFCC must have concluded their investigations, so they're taking those accused to court. But again, if you read the statement from the Central Bank of Nigeria, the Central Bank conducted an internal audit. And that internal audit at the Ibadan branch of the Central Bank revealed that some of its officials were colluding with some staff of some of the commercial banks in Ibadan, the southwest Nigeria, and they were taking the mutilated, defaced currencies that were meant for destruction, replacing them with cut-out newspapers, and they were trading this back into the financial system in violation of statutory provisions that deface and whatever currency should be taken out of the system, so you can bring in new ones into the system, so that when you go to the ATMs or whatever you do, we can have clean currency in circulation. That was what a few people or this number of individuals had committed according to allegations. But the central bank, according to the report, conducted this investigation last year, finished up around September last year, and handed them over to the EFCC. Now, the anti-graft agency now had to go in, take those documents of the internal audit of the central bank, take them in, do their own investigation, and be sure that these guys, there's a prima facie case against these individuals before taking them to Ibadan for the High Court. And that happened today. Of course, the update now is that they'll be remanded in prison and the case has been adjourned.
Now, the skill in this case, does it baffle you or, or wow you? I mean, the attention to detail, swapping the notes with cut-out newspapers. What do you think about?
There has to be, central banking is a very serious business, and that these should get the Central Bank of Nigeria's management from the top down to tighten the noose across all its branches with regards to handling of currencies and at this level. Again, central banks all over the world do have to destroy a number of currencies, from cleaners to every person who is employed within the central bank would have to be a person that is checked and double-checked. The process of destroying these currencies should be tightened a lot more, to the extent that something like this would not happen. Now, we haven't heard the full story, and we don't have the full report of the CBN internal audit, but this is not likely something that happened in one day, or 1 month, or 6 months, or a year, or 2. Perhaps this has gone for over a length period of time. Now, if you look at the Ibadan branch of the central bank, that is a big branch of the central bank. Outside Lagos, that's likely the next one that is very, very big. The one in Abeokuta, Ogun State, is not such a very big one, but Ibadan is very big because I think that oversees a very large catchment area. So for these people, individuals, to be able to do this, it means the central bank will have to go back to the drawing board, look at its internal processes in terms of security, and making sure that the people and staff who were in charge of destroying mutilated currencies, sorting them and taking them. These are also issues in the commercial banks, for instance. Don't forget that even within the banks, the commercial bank, for example, there are staff of the banks that also sort out currencies for you. Sometimes you reject a currency and say, look, this has been overused. Could you please change it for me? They also do the sorting. And when they finish the sorting, they take them to the central bank, and there's a certain amount of that. For these to amount to $30-something million, that's about 6.5 billion naira. That's a huge pile of cash. We put it in these studios, perhaps that will go Okay, we need to show the whole studio to show the size. But I'm telling you, it's almost filled this up.
Well, also, we've got it from you. The CBN needs to go back to the drawing board,
Bank
basically.
Thank
you so much. Our very own Bosin Omofaye, Channels TV business correspondent. Thank you for joining us.